I get it, folks. Requests are awesome. They're a nice, fun, friendly way to see an idea of yours blossom in another artist's style, and it may even help the two of you connect if you're lucky. So, how does making a request even work? Well, I can't speak for every artist, but I do have an idea or two about a few common ground rules. The first and foremost, the golden rule is just to be polite. The most important thing to remember about these artists is they're people. They have to work, eat, sleep, shit, and everything else that separates living beings from inanimate objects. Would you want to respond to a request like this? "Oi, dickhead, draw tits for me!" No, I wouldn't. A little please here and a little thank you there will go a long way. So that's the golden rule out of the way. So, first one, ensure your chosen artist has requests open. This should go without saying, but much like a shop has opening hours, artists may have times set in their lives in which they choose to draw. They feel like they have the physical mental capacity to do so, or they have out-of-art obligations such as a job or family events. Before you ask the artist of your choosing for a request, ask if they currently have requests open first. Rule number 2 responds to what your chosen artist tells you. Having asked your artist of choice whether requests are open or not, there are a few scenarios that can play out. If the artist says no, respect their choice and move on. Asking them to make an exception for you is a good way to get yourself blocked. If the artist says no, but says that they may open requests in the future, that's a good sign. Don't fuck up by asking when, though. If they knew, they'd tell you. If the artist does give a specific date, don't just wait until midnight and start bugging them again or something. For a start, you may not live in the same time zone, so midnight for you could be 8 PM for them. Don't even bug them if they have limited request slots open. Yeah, I know, you get these big artists that have limited slots, like they open requests for a short time and it's only like 5 people or something like that. So I know it can be tempting, but you just gotta be patient with people. Who knows? Since you've shown interest before, you may have gotten yourself onto a priority list. But if you bug them, then you'll be crossed right off. If the artist is accepting requests, that's great! You just need to listen to what they say and follow their rules. Usually an artist will ask you to send them a private message to discuss the terms of the request. In this case, send a note or jump into chat. Just keep in mind that we're not just sat at our computers all day waiting for this stuff to happen, and the mobile app doesn't inform anybody when a new chat message popped up. Just kind of dumb, but no, well. So yeah, just treat it like an email, be patient, and we'll correspond when we can. The third rule is to be as clear as possible, but keep it concise. A popular request among the art community is currently existing characters, so like your fan art and what have you. With that being said, not everybody will have all the information needed in their heads. For example, if you want a drawing of Bob, do you mean Bob from Tekken? Bob from Bob's Burgers? Eskimo Bob? With this being said, nobody wants to sift through a wall of text in an attempt to decipher the code of your request either. Try and keep it down to a couple of sentences, if possible. A good example would be what is on screen right now. Yes, this is quite the lewd request, but we don't invalidate that here. I mean, it's still following the rules. The artist is still given enough information to work with, and it isn't too rigid, so they have a bit of freedom to let their imagination flow. Then that's a good sign. Still, this seems like enough information, but what if the artist has a few questions? Like, maybe some things could be a bit more specific than you said, or they might get an idea and they want to run that by you first. In cases like this, it's a good idea for the two of you to work together, just chat things out, and see how it goes from there. Remember, when it comes to perfecting your request, communication is key. Rule number 4. Never bombard an artist. Now, since DeviantArt have removed signatures from people's comments, it can be a little more difficult to advertise when requests or commissions are open. So a good idea maybe to check if the status is in their tagline, or if they mention it in status updates or journals or something. Now, if this being the case, do not just keep sending requests over and over. The comment section of a drawing is supposed to be filled with conversations relating to said drawing. Comments on a forum post are supposed to be about the subject of said post. Nobody wants to sit at a drawing and sift through comment after comment of someone trying to make a request or iron out the details of said request. While we're on the subject, don't be abrasive if an artist won't accept your request. You don't know their reasoning unless they tell you. And honestly, it's their business. Remember that you're asking somebody else to do something for you for free. Just reflect on what we've talked about so far, improve if you need to, and try again at a later date. The 5th rule I have for you today is, wherever possible, consider a commission. Yeah, I know, money is pretty tight these days, but artists put a lot of work into what they do. Well, for the most part. And sometimes, a little monetary support can really put the wind beneath their wings. Even if you can't afford a commission, they may have a tipping system like on Ko-fi. Ko-fi? 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 I'm just going to say coffee. The tipping isn't much, but it can be a great motivator. And even the difference between a shitty day and a somewhat pleasant one. Also, don't ask for something super detailed that'll take an enormous amount of time and effort if you're not willing to pay. People should only do that if their aim is to be ridiculed on r/choosing beggars. So, to conclude the video, remember your manners, talk to people in a manner that you would desire towards yourself, make sure artists are taking requests before you request them, listen to what your chosen artist has to say. Ignorance is an express way to Blockington. Don't spam. Don't spam. Don't spam. Don't spam. Don't spam. You get the idea, right? 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 Oh my god, it hurt just doing that. Consider tipping if you enjoy their work, and commissioning if you want something complex that'll take up a lot of time and energy. So there we go. Just a few etiquette tips to consider when it comes to requesting art. Cheers for giving this vid a watch. If you enjoy what I do, then please consider giving my DeviantArt page a look. Perhaps my Twitter as well. Even my Ko-fi, we can leave a tip if you feel so inclined. For as little as £2, or around $2.50 at a time recording, you can make me feel like my silly little drawings are worth something. And I specialise in sweet characters, though I'm certainly not afraid to get a little bit spicy. And hey, if you feel like you'd want to commission me, that'd be fan-smegging-tastic! In any case, I've been Docs on Too Bad, and as always, if you're a brony, bro hoof, if you're not, bro fist, and until next time, let's play some League of Rockets! Bye.